Well, I had written a script called The Eel that was on the blacklist, and Kevin Walsh, who is the president of Scot Free, was producing that film. And when he joined Scot Free, one of the projects that he brought up to Ridley and Janina was The Eel. So they read it, and they'd been working on this Gucci story for a while, and they had tried, I think, with quite a few different writers, and it never quite clicked. And for me, it was such a familiar story because I grew up in Italy and my mother's a fashion designer. And I remember reading, about the murder and thinking, wow, this would be an incredible film. So Kevin brought me in to meet with Janina, and we immediately clicked. She grew up in Costa Rica, but she also lived in Italy, and so there was a lot of synchronicity there. And it was just a very organic process. I really felt the story, and I was very familiar with a lot of the places that the Guccis were in, and that they lived in. So it sort of came out quite naturally. I had a great foundation in Sarah Gay Forden's book. She did this incredible job compiling essentially the biography of the Gucci family, and so I read the book quite a few times, and then I dove into articles from the time period of the 70s and the 80s when the events took place, and the family was so well known and there was so much information that it was really kind of really fun to sort of become an investigator and go into the Repubblica from 1977 and read at the time what they were saying about the various family members. When I wrote it, I just could not stop thinking about Lady Gaga, and I even said to my friend, I was like, if I could have anybody play this character, it would be Lady Gaga, and yeah, it was just one of those things. I couldn't stop imagining her in the role for many reasons. Um, Obviously, the fact that she's of Italian heritage, the resemblance that she has to Patrizia, the kind of passion and the drama, and the talent. I mean, she's just such an incredible person and so creative. So I really dreamt of her joining the project while I was writing it. So the fact that she ultimately did and did such an incredible job was a gift. One thing that we really talked about was the Shakespearean nature of the story. I think that's something that kept coming up. Um, you could kind of draw lines between the true story and some of Shakespeare's great characters, whether it was Maurizio, who's sort of like a Hamlet. Um, Obviously, Patrizia would be a Lady Macbeth. Paolo's sort of like a buffoon. I mean, there's a lot of parallels with the great Shakespearean tragedies or comedies.